Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning in 15 minutes to change our lives. Kuntres Samayin. Then if I give it to Tzedakah, Gadol Tzedakah, Shemach Remes Agu'ula. And today, we're going to have in mind Lior ben Michal, with Hashem Lior ben Michal, and all the yidden, all the hostages, and the soldiers. Everyone should be healthy and safe. Should come home speedily. Should have Geula now. Okay. Starting Parak base. So we're going to discuss this whole process of Parnasa and the mistaken ideas that we have and how to realign ourselves. The garments of nature. Even though the fact that we have to go to work and we have to deal with all these stresses and trials and tribulations of life, even though that's all coming from what Hashem desired, Hashem desired to create a physical world, which would mean that the concealment of godliness, we wouldn't be able to see it so obviously, and therefore would make it challenging. Therefore, everything, even the godly light in this world, being concealed in nature, like we talked about yesterday. So even the godly light is being concealed. So hey, nevertheless, the nature conceals, covers over all the life and life force that has been given to us, even the godly light. To the extent that when we go to work, and we go to try to make money, we can confuse ourselves and make the mistake that we can fool ourselves into thinking that it's my doing that I made all this money. Now, if we're going to be honest, of course that's how we see it. Like, how do we not see it that way? But we have to recognize what we're saying here, that that's not the truth. And we got to teach ourselves or untrain ourselves from this thought. This thought is a wrong thought. To think that it's what we do which causes the parnasa is a mistake. It's not saying that you don't do anything. We have to do everything we need to do. But together with having to do whatever we need to do, we also have to recognize that what we're saying is that's really all coming from Hashem. And this is a hanacha, this is like an action we have to try to instill within us. That all the money that I get is coming from Hashem. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything. And it doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard. And that's why this is a challenge. Because on one hand, you have to work very hard to put in a good day's work. And you have to try to do things that's going to make you money. It's ad teva. But you have to remind yourself, you have to instill in yourself that as much as I put in the effort and do all the right things that I need to do, by nature, Hashem's the one who's providing. Now, if you're going to sit there and work 1 hour a day, you're going to get money it's worth 1 hour. If you're going to work for 8 hours a day, you're going to get 8 hours worth of money. So you're going to say to yourself, so this is clearly what I'm doing. So it's not. Hashem is providing the parnasa. It's commensurate with the effort that you put in and the ability that you make your keli to be able to receive Hashem's bracha. But some people, they work 1 hour and they make enough for the person that's working 8 hours. But it's not. It's the effort that we're putting involved to make the clear. Hashem is the one who's providing it, but we have to make the clear, and that's what we have to remind ourselves. It's really instilled within us. It's hard because we look at it. I went to work and I got money. So you tell me it's not me. But this is the truth, and that's why it's so hard. But if we internalize it, it'll decrease our stress a significant amount because we realize we're not in charge. Where our job is to put ourselves out there and do the right thing. Hashem's job is to give us the parnasa. And we think to ourselves that it's our wisdom, shenis chakim be'esek, that we had the good business idea, that made this. That's why I'm so successful. Hamikach mimkar. Shehis naheg al pi hateva, that we did by nature. Lachker lidreish b'chol yonei, to search out and think about what really works. Haknios bachar bedrachim, and we bought certain things. Hayesa noim, with the nicer things. Lefi darchei teva, all natural. I went to the work. I went to go buy. I went to a what it's called, whatever. You go to a show, and you went, and I bought fancy or whatever it is, and I'm able to sell it. I make good profit. So it's all me. I was smart. I figured out what to buy, and I figured out what's going to be sellable, and I managed, and I did, and it worked well. And also the ways we sell it. And we had little beautiful ways of selling it. Now we said we were giving it a half price. It's like the stores that it all says closing out sale, and it's been there for like 5 years. All these little tricks that we've made. All natural. And look, because of all these good ideas that I did, all these little tricks that I did, I'm making good profit. It's all me. What's the answer? In truth, these are just garments. This is all just a garment. Meaning, the problem is not what the person is doing. The problem is the thought that the person is having. And this is what we're talking about. Everything they did was good. It's good to think of good ideas, and good to think of good ways of making money, and good ways of buying, and good ways of selling. And that will help you. But it'll help you not because of you, because of Hashem. Hashem provided the parnasa, and He wants you to work smart. And that's what you did. The bracha is coming, is drawing down from above. Al yedei halavush, to the garment, v'loy mitzad atzmus halavush chasham, not because of the essence of the garment. It's not because of what you did, your ideas. Like the plants and trees grow because of the sun and the moon, that it helps it grow. Like it says in Devarim, that from the delightful fruits and the delightful grain. So it's not coming from the sun and the moon are not the one that's giving the bracha. They're just shluchim. They can't do good or bad. It's what Hashem says. Explain above. Meaning, we'll finish off this little paragraph, and then we'll discuss a little bit. Like I said before. So it's just like the sun and the moon, whether they're going to make the plants grow or not, they don't have a choice in the matter, they're just shluchim. So to what we're doing is just shluchim. And really it's God. God's one that's going to decide it's going to work. It has to include the nature of work. You have to work. Meaning, some people are very successful in certain things, and you question, like, how did that person do that? It doesn't make any sense. And some people, they're like, doesn't make any sense, and they made plenty of money. And some people are very smart, and they tried, and it just didn't work. It's because the Eibush is bracha. Just like you plant a tree, you put it in your window in Brooklyn, and you put it, you plant it, and you have the sun, everything, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You do your job, and the Eibush provides. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, whatever. But the point is, of course, we have to do everything we need to do, but the Eibush is the one that's the bracha. And it's not, I did everything right, so therefore for sure I'm going to get. It's not for sure. You did everything right. If the Eibush decides it's going to work, it's going to work. He's going to give you. That's what we have to remind ourselves. Again, it's not that we shouldn't do anything. We should do everything. But we should recognize that what I'm doing is not what's going to secure it. If I do all the right things, and I don't have the bracha of Hashem, it's not going to work. Whereas I do all the wrong things, but I have a bracha of Hashem, it's going to work. That's what it is. So Lafiz, move on. So according to this, now we can understand You don't need to, now that we understand it's all coming from the bracha of Hashem, so I don't have to stress about money. I don't have to stress about how I'm going to do it. You don't need to. Why? It's not the garment, but it's the hashpah. It's what's coming from Hashem. That he's giving according to the garment. Through the garment. So we just have to make garment. Why? Because Hashem's going to give me the bracha. If so, the main thing, so now what's the trick? Daven to Hashem. You should make sure we're going straight in the path of Torah, mitzvahs, and doing mitzvahs properly. That's the key. He's saying, as if we say it's all about what I do, my work, and how I put in effort and stuff. So more time I spend doing work, more money I'll make. That's daven and learn is taking away. But if you recognize that the bracha is coming from Hashem, and Hashem, what's important to him is the davening in the Torah mitzvahs, and being yasha and doing everything according to halacha. So Hashem should be fitting for bracha Hashem. Chesed. That's what you should do. Make yourself a fitting vessel, which is besides work, making sure you set time to daven. And when you daven, you're not davening on your phone or with your work. You're davening now. And when you're learning, you learn. You're not sitting there learning at work. Learning and being and having a mind at work. You're learning. That the trick is that on Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, you're davening to have you're working on all your Kabbalah, because that's making you the clear to be able to receive all the brachas from Hashem. Through true tshuva. So what we're flipping it, that I want to be successful in making a lot of money. I have to make sure that that the boss likes what I'm doing. And who's the boss? Is Hashem. And what doesn't like what I'm doing is what I'm doing, Torah mitzvahs. So I want to be successful. I have to be successful with my Torah mitzvahs, successful with my davening, my learning, with trying to connect to Hashem. Now, again, that doesn't mean if I'm perfect, the davening and learning and all my Torah mitzvahs, I don't have to go to work. I don't have to try to make parnasa. That's, of course, and that's not what we're saying. That's why I have to be careful. This thing is very you have to not get lost. You have to be very clear. Of course, we got to work. We got to do ways that bring us money. But we got to not get caught up that that's everything. And how do we know? The simple way, simple litmus test is, do I have time to learn every day? Do I have time to daven every day? And when I'm doing those things, am I doing them free of worry, or am I still at work? When I come home, am I still at work? And again, every job has its things, and some of them needs to be, if you're a business owner, 24 hours, it's not. But when you give yourself time to daven and learn, do you take that time? You do it? It's those things. Because if you're not, you're missing, you're losing it. You're not getting, Hashem is not going to give you the parnasa, and Hashem wants you to daven and learn. So the best thing we can do for ourselves, for our business, is to daven and learn. That's what we're saying. I know. Shaloi bishvil zeh asher HaKadosh Baruch Hu yashpia loim kitzvas chesed shehuktav aloim yikabel alav v'malchusay v'yaset tshuva. It's not that you're going to tshuva because I just learned. I learned Kuntres in mine, and now El is coming, and if I daven and learn well and I do tshuva well, I'm going to have a lot of parnasa. That's what I'm going to do. He said, no, it doesn't work that way. Ela shakabal v'malchusay shemayim v'tshuva tiyah mitzvah mitzad atzma. You have to have true Kabbalah. You have to do it for the right reasons. That's how I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be a mensch. And be strong in Torah mitzvahs. Kol hashana, the whole year. Lehispalo, tefillah, bismano to daven at the right time. Ubekavana, and have the right thoughts. V'yishal tzrachav, and she'll ask for your needs when you daven. Gamkein, the Yilmay Torah, and you also learn Torah, Bizmanim, Kavim, and set times. You'll have learning Torah every day. The 15-minute morning share. Shum, Miniyos, Vikuvim, nothing to get in the way with that. Doesn't matter what time I went to bed. I'm going to make sure to get up every morning and learn. And afterwards, and then you go to work. And you'll be able to be don't have to spend much time on the work. Because the chesed already set up for them. This is spheres. And doesn't include all the way through all the 10 spheres. Because of what we had on Hashem Kippur and our davening and our learning and all the effort we put in, and we're expressing that throughout the day. The only thing that's lacking is the garment. I set myself up perfectly with all my davening and learning and the tshuva and kvasel. So the only thing that's left, Hashem to give it to you, is going to work. So therefore, I go to work. Whatever I do, it's going to be good. So to the garments of nature, shakol, shakli, haparnasa, ba'asher al-kain, hine me'at esek, yase, sheyase, yumshach, v'slabish, achesed, v'levush esek, v'tumshach hashpa. And the little work that you do, you get a lot of hashpa. And some people, like a friend of mine told me that he knows a guy, it's like a teacher in like one of the yeshivas. The guy has like 3 houses and he's rolling in the money. And it's like, what? Little things happen. People said to me, "Oh, can you help me with some money for this deal?" And then I'll give you, and just it flows. We don't know what's going on with everyone, but what we're saying is, if we do right with our Torah mitzvahs, not because we want to get parnas, but because we want to do right with Hashem, connect with Him, we try, it'll be more successful. And of course, we have to deal with our demons. We have all issues. Money, especially, is a hot topic. There's a lot of issues in regards to money, the way we think about money and think about it. This is going to be worked on. But we have to recognize that our job is not the source of our parnasa, it's Hashem. That's the main point. Anyway, everyone should have an amazing day. Should have lots of parnasa, barchava, easily, and enjoy our learning.